Hey there, church. I'm out with the bumblebees as they pollinate the tomato plants out here back by the food pantry. This is one of our cultivated fruit plants. We've got apples and pears and berries and grapes here, but our tomatoes are the ones that really bear fruit for our church's mission as we collect them when it's harvest time and put them out with the food that we give to our friends at the food pantry. The fruitful life that God gives to us is entirely by God's grace, but there are ways that we can open ourselves to participate in God's grace in fuller and fuller ways. And one of these is the discipline of study. I'm inviting the Presbytery of the Western Reserve. You might know that I'm serving as the moderator of the Presbytery from now until June of 2023. And I'm inviting the Presbytery to share in the study of a book that has been influential for me in what it understands to listen to Jesus and be in relationship with our neighbors, especially our neighbors who live with their backs against the wall, to use the phrase that Howard Thurman uses in this book, Jesus and the Disinherited. This is a book that I came across in the Renovare Book Club with a handful of people that read it in 2020. And the book is significantly out of Howard Thurman's own experience. Howard Thurman was born in 1900 and nurtured by a grandmother who was enslaved in a plantation, on a plantation in Florida. And Howard Thurman grew up, obviously, as a black man in Jim Crow America, and then went to Howard University and received education as a pastor, and eventually became a professor at Howard University. And he was a classmate of Martin Luther King Sr. Howard Thurman was a black prophet, mystic, man of deep prayer, and someone who listened to Jesus with an especially keen ear and heart. And some of what he says in this book is that Jesus' message is especially for people who live with their backs against the wall. And I don't know about you, and people live with so many different life experiences, but for myself, I can say that in my own experience, I've never really felt like because of the systems of the world, or my skin color, or my gender, or anything kind of inherent to me, that I have had to live, especially with my back against the wall in any kind of grinding day-to-day sort of way. And so this book has been valuable for me for what it means to understand the message of Jesus for those who do know that reality. And as the church, we're called to be in relationship and to serve others who aren't just like ourselves, but who are living from kind of a different place, maybe even a very different place from our own life experience, and to find ways that we are in solidarity together as the human family. This book of Howard Thurman's has helped me to listen to Jesus as one who speaks a particular word of transformation and empowerment for those who live with their backs against the wall in our world, and also what it means to live with a humble kind of spiritual solidarity with other people. What would it mean for me to be emancipated into a life that hungers and thirsts for righteousness for all people, especially for those who are among the disinherited of the world? So I invite you to join in this read alongside others in the Presbytery, and also as a way of deepening our commitment to our vision, loving God, sharing relationships, serving others from the heart of Christ.